let's talk about Jesus. Was the Jesus presented to you in the Bible or by the church a driver in your deconstruction process? And if so, how significant was he? For myself, Jesus has not significantly driven anything that I have deconstructed up to this point. That said, I know that's not the case for everyone. I know that some people take issue with things Jesus said. And if I'm being completely honest, there are probably about 2 passages of things Jesus said that make me uncomfortable. For example, the passage where Jesus calls an entire group of people dogs in comparison to the people of Israel who are children. And then there are the things that Jesus says about marriage and divorce and remarriage. And I think my discomfort with those is a lot of times how they've been weaponized. But both of those passages are definitely things that have made me uncomfortable. And when a passage of scripture makes me uncomfortable, I go back to something George MacDonald said. Whether it's something Jesus said or something in Old Testament law or anywhere else in the Bible. And I'm going to paraphrase here, but he essentially says when you come to something in the Bible that doesn't sit right in your spirit, he's like, I look at it and I say either I don't understand it fully yet, or God didn't say it. And I do recognize that it is easier, for some people to, they have to, if it's in the Bible, it has to be 100% God said it, like they're founded in that, they're rooted and grounded in that, and to let go of that would be to let go of everything. And then you have people on the other side of that who, that if this is what God said, that it's our scripture, it's what God said, and therefore they do have to let go of all of it because it creates so much of a problem internally, so they have to let go of it. So there's 2 sides, and I certainly understand them both, but I've landed in this place where I'm willing to live with the discomfort of saying, maybe I don't understand this fully yet, or maybe it just wasn't said by God at all. Or maybe, in this case, as we're talking about Jesus, maybe Jesus didn't say it at all. And I am willing to live in that place. I know there are people who have issues with things Jesus did. Flipping tables, for example, that maybe do not seem to be in line with what they would expect from Jesus. I personally can't think of any discomfort that I have personally surrounding things that Jesus did, but I recognize that that is there as well. And then, of course, there are the miracles surrounding Jesus. So we talk about the miracle of his incarnation in the virgin birth. We could talk about his resurrection, and of course, the multitudes of miracles that he performed as he lived. And particularly for my friends in science-based professions, these are things that there's enough discomfort here where they're not able to hold on to Jesus. Again, as I expressed in terms of biblical inerrancy on the whole, the miracles really are not an issue for me personally. I don't know that that will always be the case, but certainly at this point in my life, it's not that much of a strain. And I kind of think personality-wise, I'm very idealistic and romantic to begin with. And so it's not a stretch for me to believe in miracles. So I do know that even though Jesus is not my driver, he could be yours. And because I'm not just interested in telling stories that are exactly like mine, I want to hear from you. I want to hear if you do have issues with something Jesus said or something he did or a miracle or anything else. We do have that other option built into the questionnaire, but I am also really eager to hear from you in the comments if you want to expand on anything, or you can shoot me a message. I really and truly am honored to hear from you and hear your stories.